This isn't... Okay. It's okay, Joe. It's just... strange room. Hey... Okay. Hello? Hello?
Rise and shine, Joe.
How do you know my name?
Let's say I know much about you.
How'd I get here? Where am I? Did you drug me?
All will be revealed in time. Don't try to escape as well. All the doors and windows are locked, and no one can hear you.
What do you want?
Well, it's quite simple. I know you do these film illiterate reviews, and your choice of films in the past have been lacking good taste. So, you and I are gonna sit here in this room and have a nice little conversation.
And?
That's it. That's the title of the movie, The Conversation.
Oh.
That's basically what we're reviewing.
Okay.
What? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I just thought with the, dragging me to a strange room, all this voice modulator.
You thought we were going to review Saw?
Yeah.
Okay, just because I have a voice changer in this doesn't mean that I'm Jigsaw. People use voice changers in other espionage movies. It's common use. Don't always have to categorize as Saw.
Okay, fine, whatever. So I do the review and then you let me go?
That's the deal.
Okay, does it really have to be this movie?
Yes, it has to be this movie, alright? It's that and nothing else.
Alright, fine, but I'm not doing this sober.
Fine. Check your breast pocket.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Is there a bottle opener around here somewhere?
Some nice Christmas cookies there I made. You want one?
Oh,
They're good.
no, thanks.
Conversation is a story
Whoa,
of a
hold on, Joe. If we're going to do this, we're doing it on my terms, all right? I call the shots. So you don't talk unless I tell you to talk, gotcha?
Okay.
Okay. The conversation is about an antisocial, reclusive man named Call. Seriously, that's his name, Call. Kind of a pun on words. Who works as a contract surveillance man and overhears a bit of information in one of his client's recordings that makes him regret everything that he does and throws him into a dark world of paranoia and murder. Okay, you can talk now.
Oh, okay. The film stars such great actors as, holy Robert Duvall's in this?
Yeah, Joe, he's in this.
Oh my gosh! Harrison Ford!
Yeah, they're both in it. We get it.
Look at that, Terry Garr!
Yes, Joe, we get it. Every major actor during the 70s is in this film, including the guy from the Poseidon Adventure. We get it.
To be perfectly honest, this is one of my first experiences with Gene Hackman. Since then, I've seen movies like The French Connection and The Royal Tenenbaums and that kind of stuff, but up until I saw those, my impressions of Gene Hackman really boiled down to him as kind of the socially awkward guy. Which is interesting because this is a departure from the stuff he usually plays.
We're always used to him playing the action hero, the gritty cop. And so I think a lot of audience members were kind of shocked when they actually saw him play this kind of a part. It feels like he did his research and actually, tapping into a guy who would live that kind of a lifestyle, because he does little things, like they're little things that would actually make sense for a character like that.
I'd like to take a look at that mic, too.
There it is.
That's something that a reclusive, very antisocial person would do, and I feel like Gene Hackman kind of like went and did his homework for this role.
Gene Hackman had to tap into that character. You're not laughing. A very important aspect of this movie, both theme-wise and on a technical level, is sound.
Oh, I definitely agree with you there.
Because the whole movie revolves around a recording of a conversation. In fact, we cut back to this recording multiple times. The movie opens up with him and his friends recording a couple of people walking around a city square, basically.
Ooh, a lot of fun you are. You're supposed to tease me. Any hints make me guess,
At first, when I was hearing that in the sound design, I thought there was something wrong with my computer when I was playing it. But then I listened to it again, and like, no, that was intentional, which actually plays as a plot device later when Gene Hackman's trying to tap in a little bit closer to their conversation when they reveal a little bit information that he didn't hear just because there's a static problem. I thought that was quite clever, and that's why I think the sound design of this is one of the most memorable things about the movie.
He undistorts a bit of audio that ends up being an important part of the conversation, where a character says something really important that he didn't hear before. And I'm wondering, if you could read lips, would you know what they were saying like an hour before you're supposed to know?
Probably, yeah. Speaking of reading lips, I'm surprised that, one of the guys trying to record these two wasn't the mime in the park, the Michael Jackson mime, who was just like tracking and following everybody. I'm like, yeah, what the heck was up with that?
That guy is my hero. I want to see a whole movie just about that mime.
Back in the 70s, you had a lot of people who were growing very wary and distrustful with the government, as well as just everything around them. I mean, every movie that was coming out back then was all about, don't trust the government, don't trust everything that you hear. And that was creating like a lot of paranoia. It's funny, I think the conversation, I don't know if Francis Ford Coppola had intentionally made the movie to actually reflect everyone's feeling about the Watergate recordings and tapes, but it almost kind of has that feel to it.
That's something we hadn't really talked about a whole lot, is that the fact that this is a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a director who's known for making these movies that are very current, I guess you could say, with their time.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be right there in the fact that it's really tapping into kind of this paranoia that people had of the day in the 1970s, and the whole idea of your privacy is being invaded, and what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's listening to your every conversation.
Mm-hmm. You can't trust anyone on the phone.
I actually love this movie. It can be a little bit difficult to follow at times because a lot of the clues are hidden in the way they present the sound, and if you're not paying attention to the characters and who they are and what they're doing, what their motives might be, you're really not going to catch on a lot of things. It's not a very straightforward movie. It's a really interesting movie, really fascinating. It has a couple of moments that kind of grip me by surprise, and I was like, oh, that's kind of terrifying, actually. And that's it.
Wait, you're not going to talk about anything else? You don't have anything else to say?
No, I think I pretty much covered it.
Come on, Joe, you got to give me more than just that. There's got to be something more you have to say. I mean, we didn't even do a full 20 minutes, and we're almost done. We have to talk about color palette. And...
Look, I kept up my end of the bargain. You keep up yours. Just let me go home. I mean, look, I didn't even get to start drinking my beer, okay?
No, Joe, let me explain something to you. You and Alex don't take these reviews seriously. I've watched your shows from beginning to end. You just banter over the stupidest things. I mean, this is amateur level. This is like YouTube amateur level. And I know you can do better. I've seen your work in the past. I've seen how you critique on films. film criticism is a serious profession, and you and Alex don't take it well. And the fact that I had to drag you out here against your will, put you in a room you don't even know, just so you could actually do a good, decent review with me, was hard enough as it is. And you know what? I think you are afraid to admit that you can be better. I think you are afraid to admit that you can be the best critic
In the... Hey, Joe. Wow. Looks like you caught me red-handed. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah. I'm glad you could see the light side of this.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know what's even funnier, though?
What?
I still need a bottle opener.
I don't have one.
Oh, I know.
Joe?